turnovers, converted most of the drives. But some dumb penalties, and then I think that sequence in the third quarter was the difference where it was 3rd and 3, and we did a run, missed both of them, and it's 4th and short, and we missed a long field goal, get them a short field, and then they were able to cash in. I was like, when the game over, remember that sequence right there. Sure enough, 3-point game.
It's a big difference, man. It's every play is important. Every single play. Every single play. But like Will and I was talking about before you hopped on, Kev, man, we're proud of this team, man, right now, dude. On some real shit. I mean, they could have folded.
Yeah, had this been the team last year, that would have been like
Shit.
45. That would have been like 45-13 type game, man. I mean, come on, bro.
The accuracy.
I mean, you play with your players. I mean, they were missing players. We missing players. But, I mean, truth be told, I would love both teams have been healthy to see, seeing this rumble, to be truth be told.
Yeah, I don't know. You put Chin on that defense, it might be a little different.
Yeah,
What, Chin
I think
and
that would.
Franklin?
I mean, I think Chin would have negated some of that Kelsey had today.
Oh,
that
man.
Travis Kelsey had. I mean, he was just. I mean, he didn't get in the end zone, but he was just, just monster catch after monster catch. And going to the game, everybody else was worried about the wide receivers. I was more worried about our linebackers covering these tight ends and running backs. And sure enough, Kelsey did his damn it. Edwards-Helaire got the receiving touchdown. I think we did a good job of holding them in check running, but they didn't run it but so much. So, you take, whatever positive you can get from that. But, I mean, yeah, I'm with you guys. Overall, to what I was saying going to the season, if 5 minutes left, if it's a one-score game in the fourth quarter, I'm good. That lets me know, in spite of mistakes, lack of talent, whatever excuse you can throw up, this team is still in it. And they have not disappointed me yet. I can't think of one game where – we've, have not competed to the very end, which makes me think, damn, how this team gonna be when we get the right players and we get this experience, and coaching moments and get caught up. I mean, even in the now, I'm excited, looking forward to what's gonna be. I'm enjoying this rule restoration that we're witnessing here. So, yeah, man, I'm thrilled.
Yeah, man, you go down them 2 scores, the team could have easily rolled it over and folded. Then we're down 2 scores, facing a 4th and 14. And Teddy says, fuck it, let me go get it myself. I mean, that just kind of lit a fire on. They finished strong and gave us a chance to try to steal it at the end.
Flip mode was the squad on that one.
Hey, my man went in, boy. He went in. I love that, dude. That entire drive just highlighted the three-headed monster that will probably be going forward. That's going to be Teddy, it's going to be Kurtco, and it's going to be CMC. Everything we add to that is going to be important. But those 3 individuals right there, that showed the fight and the heart of this team right there on that drive, man. The catches, the determination, man. I love it, bro.
Yeah, he was under a ton of pressure from those blitzes. The thing is, they weren't accurate pinpoint throws, but what he was doing was just throwing it to an area. Because when you're blitzing and under pressure like that, it's not really about accuracy. It's about putting it in an area to where your receiver can at least have a good opportunity to make a play on the ball. He was just, beating the blitz, getting the ball off, and just throwing it to that open area so Samuel and CMC could make those catches on it.
Yeah.
We were able to move the ball, get a score, and give ourselves a chance.
I love
the Chiefs came back down and we got to stop, scored again. Got it within 2 points. I mean, man, that was a great game, man.
It was.
I'm usually pissed after a loss, but today it was just fun, enjoying watching them play, man. It was a good all-around effort. I thought we were just overmatched talent-wise. No answer for Travis Kelsey, no answer for Tyreek Hill. They could run the ball on us at will. Right. Their defense has so many advantages, but, they hung in there, man. Just what more can you ask for?
I love it.
And let's keep it real. The Chiefs have blown out better talented teams.
Mm-hmm.
Speak on it.
I mean,
speak on it.
Blew out Baltimore.
Blew out Baltimore, folks.
blew they back out at Baltimore at their house.
Right.
You know,
Man.
What's up, Cody?
you know
That's
what I'm saying.
horrible,
I
man.
mean,
Shout out to C3. We see y'all too, man. Thanks for joining us. C3
Right,
Panthers podcast. Man, make sure y'all give them a follow too.
Oh, what's good?
but
it's
yeah,
great.
though I
Go ahead,
was just man. I just like being at the point where when I'm watching a game, I'm like, we just a few pieces away. Like that's the feeling I got watching this team in 2020. Like I've identified the weaknesses. I know it's not gonna be able to be addressed, but I'm just glad that we're finally letting these young, talented guys get their reps. Something we didn't get to see a lot of during the Rivera era because it was always a veteran preference, regardless. You know, can I call it for like this? I'm seeing better performance out of unproven young guys competing more than I am, you know what I'm saying, overpaid veterans who are looking to just, you know what I'm saying, make a name and look toward their next contract.
Whitehead had one tackle, folks.
Bro, we look at Sam Franklin's game today. I mean, he did have that. He blamed that coverage bust on him because he didn't communicate to the other side of the defense that we were in cover 3 and not man. But game he had today, 7 tackles, led the entire team. Tackle for loss, a sack on Mahomes, and a quarterback hit. I mean, Franklin was all over the field, man. And then late in the game, they let him play man coverage against Travis Kelce. Try to have an answer for that, man. But you gotta like what you've seen from that kid when Justin Burris went down. Shoot, I'll even go as far to say keep him out there even when Burris get back.
Man, I love it, bro. I mean, we're gonna have a decent safety group here going forward, man. And they're gonna be young. Oh
Yeah.
thank
And I know
God.
he's on the practice squad right now. I think he's on the roster, but
He on the
I
roster
still
now.
ain't gave up on Kenny Robinson either. That's whenever that light clicks for him, watch out. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm still a fan of his. I don't want him to get lost in the shuffle here. I'm hoping that this second half of the season that he's gonna start getting, you know, saying some opportunities, but you know he's got to earn them. You know, you earn them at practice during the week, but I just like the fact knowing going into the game, I know that this team is going to fight. I don't know how the outcome is going to be, but like I said, I know 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, we still going to be around it, and that's what I like seeing by this team. You know, coming in, we said we want to see 3 things. We want to see them play fast, which we do. Want to see them play hard, which they are. You know, and we want to see them compete. Yeah, it's frustrating, like all the offside penalties today. Like, how many of those did we have? I
They did a
mean,
terrible
should-
one on Dante on
I was
the
gonna
key
say
third
that
down.
should never happen to a corner.
Yeah.
It should have just never. But go ahead, Kev. I'm sorry.
yeah, we had. Let me take a look here. We had 12 penalties for 82 yards.
That's too many.
way
That's
too
a
much.
field length.
Way too much.
12. They had 8 for 75.
And we still only lost by 2 points, people.
We had more first downs. We had 30 to their 24. We had, believe it or not, we ended up with more total yards. We had the time of possession. I mean, shit.
Man.
I mean,
So would you be comfortable saying that we beat ourselves?
It's hard to say against a team like Kansas City
right.
that you
yeah.
beat yourself. I mean, they had some guys that made plays when they needed them. I mean, you look
That's
at
a
what
championship
Mahomes
team.
being able to convert some of those key third downs. You look at defensively how they're able to get pressure consistently and keep Teddy under duress. I mean,
I put it like this. They made us pay for our mistakes. I put
Right.
it like that. You know, because when you're talking about pressure on Teddy, it was really just a 2-man show. And who we said heading to, you know, on the podcast was going to be Chris Jones and Frank Clark. You know, they had 7 of the 9 quarterback hits on Teddy Bridgewater today. They had
9
the
hits. Goddamn.
Yeah, they had the 2 sacks.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, they had the 2 sacks on Teddy Bridgewater today. So the 2 people that was highlighted on the podcast Tuesday night with you, Tim, you know, them were the guys. You know, for as much praise as, and rightfully so, you know, the Honey Badger get, I mean, Robbie Anderson owned him in the hip today.
You sure did.
You know, I was just kind of like, you know, it don't seem to be who match up against Robin. It seems like he finds a way to get that separation consistently. And And I was just happy to see Curtis Samuel just really. I don't know if y'all spoken this before I got here, but just really, emerge as well. So can we officially go ahead and put the reef on all this trade Curtis Samuel talk?
He'll be back. He'll be back.
I mean,
and I'm gonna be real with you folks. Seeing those hands by him and Robbie and CMC, I'm like, DJ, bro, you're gonna have to step your game up, kiddo. Because Kirko might be beating his ass out of his spot, man. Because he provides so much, man, and he runs crisper routes too. I don't care what anybody say. He put Teddy in a situation when he rounded off his end route, and he got behind the DB instead of cutting across the DB's face and making himself a target for Teddy, and Teddy had to throw the ball away on the drive. But that's neither here and there. We'll see more of that on the film. But
you want to look to a key sequence in the game as to what hurt us. I think it was the third quarter. We were driving. It was 2nd and 3. We ran the ball to McCaffrey twice and got stuffed.
Yeah.
And now you got a 4th and short. So we tried to settle for a 51-yard field goal and missed it and gave the Chiefs great field position as a result of missing the field goal. And then they cashed it in for 7. I think that whole sequence proved to be the difference in the game. I just think, you're going to be aggressive all game long. Matt Rule goes for it on 4th down, converts. He goes for the fake punt where Joseph Charlton threw the ball to Zylstra, and they converted. And then all of a sudden, with the game on a key drive and late in the game, now you want to get conservative, go 2 run plays and try a long field goal. And I just thought that then and there, if we end up losing this game, look back to that sequence, and sure enough, it was the difference.
Yeah, great call.
Yeah, and I think he'll evaluate that. And I think that moving forward, I don't think we'll see that again. I'll be honest. I was thinking about time management because when I kind of missed the first part of the first drive, and I saw where we burnt our second timeout on the first drive, and I'm like, bruh, wait a minute, what's going on? But I mean, yeah, we did get the touchdown, so that did kind of soothe that. But I'm like, Matt Rule, like, what's going on? Then I heard the announcer say, well, it's to avoid the delay of game. Okay. So is that on Joe Brady getting it in, or is that on Teddy? Because it seemed like Teddy was going to line with 5 seconds left, still making checks, and it's like you got to, run back. So I hope we can get that, cleaned up. Luckily, it didn't come to not having any timeouts to really affect us, in that regard. But
Phil, let me ask you guys, man. How did you feel about the play, the throws to my man coming out of the backfield, number 28,
Davis.
Yeah, when we was driving down the field at the end of the game and nobody was trying to get out of bounds. How did you guys feel about that?
I mean, the Chiefs' answer to our offense was to blitz because they know, you watch tape on us the last 3 games, the left side of our O-line just has a difficult time picking up blitzes, picking up stunts. So their strategy was just constantly attack Teddy, play man coverage on the outside, and we're not going to have enough time to get anything downfield going. So good response to the blitz. If a linebacker is blitzing, that's going to leave your running back open coming out of the backfield. So that's why you saw a lot of the passes to the running backs. I thought during that I thought it was a poorly executed 2-minute drill personally.
Yeah, that's what
Drop the ball on purpose or throw it away rather than get tackled in bounds like that. I think with Joey Sly's leg, you don't really need to get that far downfield. I mean, he could kick a 57, 58-yarder probably with ease. So I thought that could have been executed a little bit better, but at the same time, I don't like the onside kick call because now you're forcing us to go all the way down the field with no timeouts. With 1:30 left. I think if you kicked it deep on one of those final 2 kickoffs, we would have had a better opportunity to make something happen. But, I can't not Rule for being aggressive when he want to be. He tried to win the game today, and I'll never fault a coach for going out there trying to win.
Amen.
Yeah, because when you're a 3 or 5 team on the road against the 7-1, defending Super Bowl champions, what do you have to lose? I know I wasn't, when I said I like the call, I know that others in the chat, probably looked at me crazy. But, I mean, I'm I'm all for, you know what I'm saying, leaving it all out there. You know what I'm saying? If that's something that you obviously they saw something to feel comfortable with that. It's not just, that's just not, that wasn't just some random thing. And as we've seen for back-to-back weeks, shout out to Chase Blackburn for identifying weaknesses in other teams, special teams, where we're able to take advantage. That's back-to-back weeks. You know what I'm saying? That we done, stunned the team, at a time that's normally not expected. So I mean, I'm all for it. Cause look, had it worked out, hey, we hailing Rule as brilliant, but hey, that's the law of averages. So I like the fact that we giving teams, going in now from everybody else, they gonna spend more and more time on special. Look, these Carolina Panthers, man, they don't give a damn. They'll go for it 4th and 15 on their own side of the and won't even flinch. You know what I'm saying? So I think moving forward, that'll play more into hand, allowing our punt team that when we actually do punt, that we can get more guys downfield because they're more backed off, worried about if we're going to try something. And with a struggling defense, the further we can try to pin them back to go more yards, the better. So I just like the fact that Rule just giving teams something else extra to think about when it comes to us like that. Yeah, go ahead.
I think the thing is, like, when you're overmatched like that, on offense and defense, and you're gonna have a hard time stopping them on the other side of the ball. You just don't match up well in your offense. You're constantly under pressure like that. Special teams is kind of where you can neutralize that by making special teams plays. Block a punt, return punt, kickoffs, fake punts, fake field goals, things like that. You can kind of balance out that. The last thing you want to do is give Mahomes the ball back. I mean, or settle for field goals.
That man is phenomenal.
Everything he hyped up to be, man.
Hey, Will,
he got some weapons though, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Will, can we address this current comment? We're looking around here from Barron, Fizno, Steve Scott, Russian, just 3 guys, pros, not college. I feel like we have to regurgitate this logic why this is happening. Like,
that's all right, man.
Well, the thing is, I the 3-man rush worked a couple of times today. Remember when we it was a second or third down? They had a 3-man rush and had Marquise Haynes. Instead of having Haynes rush Mahomes, he had Haynes drop back and kind of spy him because you don't want to get Mahomes. You just test your rush lanes, You're going to have Brian Burns flush him out, but then you're going to have nobody there. I mean, Derek Brown's not going to chase him down. But I think the 3-man rush was effective at times when they had a spy like Haynes to be able to watch him leave the pocket and be able to make plays like that. And then I just think with an offense like the Chiefs, I mean, they got us on one explosive play, if I recall, to Tyreek with the coverage bust. Yeah, I thought we had a good strategy to force them to use up clock because, I mean, if you let this team, if you're very aggressive and let this team get opportunity, they'll blow you out of the water, man. I mean, it's like the Golden State Warriors of football. They can, you get a 2-touchdown lead, they'll erase that in seconds. So I think forcing them to matriculate the ball and use up a lot of clock was going to be our advantage. And it worked well. I mean, we forced them to 2 field goals early on. But then once they got in rhythm, we just saw what they're all about. But, hey, I mean, we had a chance at the end, man. I mean, it was a close game. Had our chances.
Yeah. Apparently, rushing 3 was good enough to put us in a situation where we had the ball at the end of the game and we just didn't convert. I mean, I noticed one time, what's my man's name, number 42? I'm horrible with names, folks.
Franklin. Yeah, Sam Franklin.
Franklin. So Franklin was lined up with Kelsey, and basically what he did, he ran with him about 3 to 5 yards off the line of scrimmage to show Mahomes that he was man to man on him, or at least covering him. Then he peeled off and spied him, spied Mahomes. And basically what happens, Mahomes got flushed out, as Will mentioned, by Burns. But he wasn't expecting 42 to get there. Now I believe that's when he got his sack.
It's a sack,
yeah.
So I mean, you guys are talking about rushing 3 and not being effective when actually it's situational football, folks. I mean, you gotta put the whole thing together when you make assumptions about Snow, man. He's doing what he's doing with what he got, and we lost to the Chiefs in Kansas City by 2 points, and we missed a field goal.
Yeah, Phil Snow really get a pass from me. He doesn't have a lot of one. He doesn't have a lot of talent. Two, he doesn't have a lot of experience. I mean, you would say this is probably the worst linebacking core in the entire NFL.
Whitehead had one
I mean,
tackle.
is that a stretch?
It's
I
not.
mean, is this a cornerbacks? I mean, they're playing hard, respect to Rasul and Dante, but this is a bottom tier corner duo. I mean, what are you gonna do? Play a lot of man coverage and shadow guys? So I mean, yeah, I'd like to see a more aggressive defense, play a lot more man coverage and challenge, but we don't have the personnel to do those kind of things right now. I mean, we gotta put our players in the best position possibly to win, and that right now is playing that zone coverage and letting play into the strength of our defense, which is Brian Burns trying to win his one-on-ones and get some pass rush effectiveness.
Yeah, and another thing is, you got to look at what's out there on our defense. We're talking about 8 rookies that's getting significant, snaps right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're talking about day 3s. We got undrafted free agents. We got journeymen out there. I mean, our top corner was a roster cut that we was able to pick up. In Rasul Douglas.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Dante looking like boo-boo right now, bro.
Right. I mean, on our defensive line, we depended on Derek Brown. We got Bravion Roy, who got to start today and held his own down there. I see him slowly starting to, get his short arm Tyrannosaurus Rex on himself. You know what I'm saying? He's slowly figuring it out. I saw him getting some push. I saw him
figuring it out.
Closing, collapsing some gaps. So I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, Yetur Gross-Matos, another rookie. So that's 3 rookies right there on your defensive line.
He had a tackle for a lot. Oh, he had an assist. I'm sorry, he had an assist for it.
Yeah, and then I mean, like you said, our two of our team captains happen to be 2 of our worst players on defense, and Tahir and Shaq Thomas. All right, let's jump to the secondary. I just said about Rasul Douglas. We got a 3rd-year player, Dante Jackson, that's battling turf toe. I mean, it's 50-50 with him. He going to do some things to aggravate you. He going to do some things to make you jump up and high-five everybody in the room. We got Cornell coming back on the remix. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Will, I mean, another, pretty solid game out of him, too?
Yeah, he's playing good ball. He's one of statistically, at least, he's one of the better slot corners in the NFL right now, which is surprising.
Yeah, so we're talking about, a 5th-round pick, right there. And then, Chen was out. So who we got now? 5th-round linebacker, Jermaine Carter out there. So I see we're trotting out, day 1 and day 2 players on defense and seeing these results. But I mean, y'all expecting, Phil Snow to make bricks, without straw per se. And I mean, and I get the fan aspect of, we want to see wins. We do not cut it on, watch the games, and just, I hope we give it a good fight. I get the fan aspect, but when you decide to look at it from the ultimate big picture, which is we're building upon a foundation to enjoy long-term success. This is what that beginning starts off like. When you look at the teams that are currently consistently successful year after year, they went through a stretch like this. Tim, you old school like me, you and Will. What, the Patriots before Brady got on, like the late 90s?
Oh, my God.
After that Super Bowl run where they got smoked by Green Bay from like 97, 98,
right.
99. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Before Belichick, he get us over trash. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, it happens. You know what I'm saying? But what do you see consistently? Now this might be the year that streak comes to an end, but my God, they've had 17 seasons of at least 10 wins straight. Yeah, we can't even get 2.
2-9.
But hey, it's all good. So, I already charged 2020 to the game. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew it was a rebuild. Like Will constantly saying, I just want to have fun watching these young kids grow and develop. Shout out to Troy Pride for not slipping and falling today. You know what I'm saying? Glad his cleat game was up to par. So again, we're seeing progress right there. But
man, bro, you got an undrafted free agent rookie. No pro day, no combine invite. Undrafted. The whole
was working at Applebee's.
Uncertain. Nowhere to be found. Wondering if he'll ever get to play football again. Gets a phone call from Matt Rule to be on our practice squad. right? Makes the team, beats out our 5th rounder, earns a backup job, starts against Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, and Patrick Mahomes in consecutive weeks. And he out there leading the team in tackles, has a sack, has a tackle for loss. And is one of our best players on defense the last couple weeks. I mean, you just got to love what these kids are doing, man. I mean, we playing with house money this year, bro. It's like
exactly.
I mean,
just the same man that was working at Applebee's.
What am I gonna be mad about? What's there to be mad about right now? I mean, you got these no-name kids going out here doing big things.
And what Matt Rule is doing is investing in the youth with experience, and he's going to get a return on that investment. I guarantee you. We're already seeing it, man. I mean, look at Franklin's stats right now, folks. Look at his stats right now. The man was working at Applebee's, bro.
Yeah. While we celebrating this draft class, this man was, working at Applebee's. Like I say, humble beginnings. And see, here's another thing that people are not looking at. I feel like fans are not grasping at the moment. With us expecting to have a tight cap, it's going to be these young, cheap players that's getting this experience that's going to allow us to build upon while we navigate through, the what's expected to be a reduced salary cap, coming up next season. So now these same guys that's playing for next to nothing, we can offer them a little bit more than next to nothing next year for those that's on a 1-year deal. But they got that experience going on, and they're going to be hungry. And then when 2022 come along, we can get back to really start, playing these players or whatever. Plus, it's going to help when, I'm expecting us to release Kawan Short, free up that $20 million. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, just try to enjoy the process. I know it's not easy. I know we want to win. I know we want to celebrate. I know we get mad seeing our division rivals and other teams, enjoy the win. But, I mean, if you want to enjoy a consistent success, which is something that we've never had, what's the saying? To get something that you never had, you got to do things that you never done. And that's what I'm seeing from this 2022. We're doing things that we never done so that we can go to a place that we never been. And where we never been, fans, is we never been consistent. So hey, I'm with it. I'm enjoying it. I like the fact that I know my team gonna fight every week. If we could play like this against the champs at their place, I know Brady and all the hype they getting. I'm
not counting us out next week at home versus Tampa.
Hell no.
Nah, bro.
Hell to the no. No.
We beat ourselves.
There's no excuse to get blown out by Tampa. They just beat a better, not beat. They always played a better team down to the wire. I mean, they beat the Arizona Cardinals. I'm watching right now. 5-2 Cardinals busted their ass. I mean, this team.
But the same team struggled with a 1-6 New York Giants team though Monday night.
Yeah.
When you show up on the field, what scares a lot of fans off on paper, it don't affect them guys that's in that locker room.
Right.
The thing is, we say what we say here, like we're accepting the, being competitive and coming short. The guys in the locker room and the coaches, they're not satisfied with this though. They were very disappointed and went out expecting to win today. So, don't take this because we're fans. What we say don't matter. We consider it a moral victory. That's not the culture in the locker room, is what I'm trying to say. Right. Them guys want to win. They know that coming up short is not good enough, and it's a process they got to go through to learn how to win. So let's just say, what does Taylor Moton have to do to get paid? Yeah. Honestly, I think Marty Hearn is just waiting to see what the cap situation is going to be. And I'm patient with Taylor Moton is because we have the option to tag him as well. So just because we have plenty of time to negotiate something. So worst case, March comes and free agency starts, we tag him, buy us a few more months to negotiate a long-term deal and get it done. But I'm confident he'll be back though. I mean, it's definitely a building block, this Matt Rule era. Especially with all the holes. And we got 5 free agents. As Paradis isn't really a free agent, we have an option to pick up, but he is a free agent unless we exercise the option. But all 5 starting linemen are free agents right now.
Yeah. And I'm comfortable with Paradis coming back to finish out his contract, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah, he done had some, what the fuck moments, but overall, I've seen him hold his own and get his fair share of wins this season too. So um, now, is he the long term answer? No, but I think that he's good enough to allow us to focus our money and our attention on rebuilding this line, which I think should be a premium.
Oh man.
Going in because Will, you shared that stat last week with us that the Panthers are like ranked 24th in pass win rate percentage or something like that. And for explain to the folks what that means, because I know we spit out stats, but that's one of them advanced stats. So kind of let folks know what that means, though, the win rate.
Yeah, when you look at sacks and pressures, to me that's a system-related stat. You're getting the ball out quick. You're making it easy on your receivers are getting quick separation, which ours do. They're not asking the offensive line to hold their blocks very long. But when you look at the question is, are they winning their one-on-one matchups? I mean, we watched the film, and the answer is no. But if you don't want to take our word for it, you can look at stats from like PFF or ESPN that just shows they're not winning their one-on-one matchups consistently. So I think it's just a better gauge of how your offensive line's doing. I think the stats and pressure stats look like they're doing well, but they're not winning, and that's just because just the ability to get the ball out quick, receivers getting open quick. And so a lot of system-related type things helping them out. And we watched the film, Kev. How often do we have to help our tackles with chips coming off the edge? I mean, most of the time. So if you had to use your running backs and tight ends to chip block, now they're not getting out and route that fast enough. So it just limits what you can do offensively when you don't have a sturdy offensive line.
Yeah, plus on top of that, if I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw a stat where on Next Gen where Teddy Bridgewater, I think he's like 5th in the fastest release time per pass play. So, I mean, we're talking about like 2.1, 2.2. Like he's getting the ball out of there quick. So that's also helped do a lot of window dressing because, I'm seeing some fans saying, oh, this is one of the best offensive lines the Panthers had in many years. I guess because they're looking at, overall sacks and things like that, but you gotta peel them layers back. I mean, you gotta really see what it is. It's a lot of window dressing that's going on, and I'm not saying that other teams don't do that, but for us, it's a necessity.
People talk about O-line as a unit, though. I think that's not fair to guys like Moton and Paradis who are playing extremely well this year. I mean, I think Russell Okung basically packed his bags. I think he's going to retire. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't even on the plane today. But I think just the Greg Little, Chris Reed. Well, Chris Reed's a good run blocker, but not a good pass blocker. But Greg Little, Chris Reed, and John Miller just struggling this year.
Reed is.
I mean, I think Daly did a pretty fair job to go out from right guard last week to left tackle this week. I think he did a fairly decent job today. So I like that, position flexibility. How, for a second-year guy to play well on one side at one position, it's not like he went from right tackle to left tackle. He went from right guard to left tackle, and I didn't really see him, give up that much. I saw when I think he got hurt, and then they put in Greg Little for like a series, maybe 2, and then here come Trenton Scott come in to play at left tackle. So I just think we got some young pieces that's getting the reps that are showing that they are capable of playing and playing well at stretches in this league. And I just think that as fans, we should be, even though we're in the now, we should be excited about what this team is going to be doing in the future. These going to be the type of games that we're going to win, continuously moving forward.
Jared saying, shout out to Jared, bro. He follows us on Twitter as well. We have too many holes to fill through the draft. Do you think we should go after free agent? Well, to me, I mean, Moton's a keeper. I think we have an option to keep Paradis so he can be a stopgap for a year. I like Dennis Daly still. He just got to stay healthy. So I think you got 3 guys I'd be comfortable starting next year. In the draft, me personally, I think it's BPA no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't care what the position is. So I don't want to reach for old linemen, reach for a quarterback, reach for anything like that. I just want to take the best player that's on the board when we pick. So my thing is, I think we attack free agency like we always do, try to fill all 5 or the remaining 3 holes on the offensive line through free agency. Then that way in the draft, you can draft BPA, and if a stud lineman drops to us, then we can take them. But, I think with Moton and Paradis, and Daly, we can have some type of unit going in the next year and just sign maybe a left tackle and a right guard in free agency and allow us to see how the draft board falls. And if it falls in our favor, then great.
Yeah. You gotta be careful about our money, folks. We got some players that we can't afford to let go over the next 2 seasons. So you gotta be careful about that money.
Yeah, definitely. So it's and another thing, like I don't know if y'all mentioned before I got on anything about like Joey Sly. I know that it's going to show that he's 0 for 4 from 50 yards and out. But let's remind people, he's back-to-back weeks, he's attempted to kick the longest field goals ever made.
He had the distance, NFL, 67. He had the distance.
Yeah, in NFL, that wind, you could clearly see that wind just got a hold of it and just on both of it. So, for the people that just want to jump on him like that, I mean, I get it. It's the life of the kicker. But
I blame Joe Brady for that. I mean, it was 3rd and 3. He runs McCaffrey up the middle twice. And then kicked a long field goal in the wind with Joey Sly. I mean, Brady's been great most of the year, but I just didn't like that sequence. I thought we were aggressive all game long. So now sometimes we want to be conservative during a crucial drive in the game like that.
Oh, man.
All right.
I didn't like that either. But it's good to see Christian back.
Yeah, I think that'll be a learning point for everybody from the coaches. There was a lot we learned that they can learn from.
South Florida, not Uptown.
He's in Miami. He's down in
Miami,
South Beach, Cody.
That's why I'm biased towards Teddy.
Yeah, he's the home of the Miami mommies. But anyway,
living there.
That's why Will ain't stressing y'all. He living a good life. He ain't stressing y'all on these groups, man.
Have we given up on? I have a 3-year rule before I label somebody a bust. But Greg Little tiptoeing that line. I mean, you don't want a 2nd-round pick. Well, I don't even consider him a 2nd-round pick because the trade value we gave up to him, the 1st-round value. So, you got a guy you consider the 1st-round pick can't even beat out Trent Scott and Dennis Daly. I mean, we really expect him to take a jump next year in year 3 that he hadn't seen already. So
that would be a miracle.
Yeah, and what I would tell people is because me and Larry, we the trench guys. What we see on film, and Will, you probably seen it too. When it comes to Greg Little, he'll be in position, but he doesn't play with physicality at his position. You don't see his pads make an initial blow to somebody, and then he used them big long arms to send him out. You see him, he using those long arms to try to, stymie the rush or whatever happened, and he's not laying wood to nobody. Now, a couple of run plays, like I noticed in the red zone, he'll get a good drive or get a good push, but man, when it comes to pass blocking, like this guy's just not. It's just not. He opened up his hips too wide. His footwork is he got good feet, but he's not consistent with it. And like I said, he absorbs all the contact. So for me, for someone that was supposed to have been our franchise left tackle, no.
Biggest thing with me is, as athletic and quick as he is, why is his footwork so poor? Why is he overcompensating on speed rushes, trying to overset, leaving them susceptible to inside rush moves? And on top of that, with his length, why isn't he able to use his length effectively? It's just, these things are coachable, but we're talking 2 years now. When's it going to start clicking for him at this point?
I think it's psychological. He has bad habits that he's not willing to shed.
And it's not like we've seen this from other players doing the exact same thing that he's doing. I could then that would say that's coaching, but that's not. Some players just don't have it, and you cannot be an offensive lineman in the NFL and not be physical. You cannot play patty cake like my football coach say. You can't be bumping titties with these guys. You know what I'm saying? Again, if y'all ever just watch him, this is all you see him do. You don't never see his pads, laying a lick on somebody. to stop their initial blow, and then he works them hands. You know, it's
No,
you just
did have a tough game today though. Bravion Roy, I thought played well today.
oh yeah,
Much better,
Word. Word.
much better than what we've seen from him.
because was Zach Kerr out today?
I don't remember seeing much of him,
I don't either.
I don't either. You know,
but
Interesting, man.
yeah, but man, we
no,
got.
he played today. He had 2 tackles. Zach Kerr
did
had
he?
2 tackles, so he played today.
Yeah, Bravion started, I think, but Kerr must have rotated in.
Yo, hey, we're going to find him on film. Kenny Robinson got some play today.
On special teams or defense,
That's saying on defense.
that's what's up.
All right, yeah. I mean, he had a tackle, so all right, yeah, okay,
Number 27.
yes,
I'm telling you,
sir.
man, these rookies are the tone setters of the team. That's what's disappointing. The captains and vets like Shaq Thompson, Trey Boston, Tahir Whitehead, they feeding off the energy of young guys. It should be the other way around.
I am kind of disappointed. We only had 1 pass deflection this whole game, and that was by Shaq. So
Should have been intercepted, right?
Oh,
Right.
man,
That was
dead
3
in the
points.
hands,
There was a difference in the game. 3 points.
man,
Those turnovers are critical, man. We gotta have those, man. Gotta have those. But we were still, we were there, folks. We were fucking there. Woo, Lord Jesus.
Oh, I wish. That's our dream pick, but I don't know if it's realistic, man.
who that?
Penei Sewell.
So,
Oh man, don't
He
be
wish.
teasing, man. Don't tease like that. Don't tease like that. But you know what? Larry got us on this Cartman kid out of Clemson. I was noticing him against Notre Dame last night. Which, by the way, that was a hell of a game. Went to double overtime. But man, that kid plays nasty, and he has violent hands, and he moves the pile. So I like that. Moving forward.
yeah, that podcast is gonna be interesting because I think we're gonna like what we see on that film, man. There's gonna be some things that's gonna piss us off, but I think these young guys are really turning the leaf, man. I'm loving what this.
Yeah, we had some like the touchdown to Tyreek Hill. Sam Franklin was the free safety, and as the free safety, it's his job to communicate, what the coverage is to the corner. So on one side, he communicated to Dante that it was cover 3. On the other side, he never communicated that to Rasul. So Rasul's thinking it's cover 1, and he's following his guy across. So Tyreek, crosses the field. Dante passes him off, but Rasul, he's following his guy too. So because Franklin didn't communicate that to Rasul, you leave Tyreek wide open in the back of the end zone. So that's just young guy mistake. What I'm more impressed with is why they're giving this rookie undrafted free agent that much, ability to make calls in the secondary as well.
Right.
So
Something's up with this kid, man. Hey, saying.
Look, you're going to have scouting departments going to Applebee's and Chili's looking, for their next
shit, yeah.
for their next
I'll go
DP,
try
man.
out, man. Come
Cook
find
out.
me. I'll go try out.
Right,
Gotta
right.
stop smoking.
Man, put that drink down, boy. Put that shit down. Yeah, just start running on the beach. Doing fucking burpees and shit. Sir, y'all don't want the problem.
But yeah, so everything go right. Hey, Will, you think we can do an all 22 this week?
Yeah, we got to break this game. This will be a fun one.
Okay. We'll figure out what
What's he
what
saying?
aspect to look at, but
So 2 questions about the Dolphins. It was Dolphins just beat the Cardinals. The I was gonna say that this team reminds me of the Dolphins last year. So the Dolphins, they were 5-11, but you just saw that the culture and the foundation was being built. And now you see how well they're doing this year. I think we're on that kind of similar track to what Miami did last year.
yeah, I think so too. Hey, did y'all touch on why DJ Moore only had 3 targets this game?
To me,
we
it's
didn't
a
touch on
different.
it.
To me, it's a different guy that's gonna eat every week. As we noticed so
Okay.
far, some days it's gonna be Robbie, some weeks it's gonna be Curtis. and some weeks it was going to be DJ. I think today, Kansas City played a lot of man coverage. So maybe, we got to see if DJ was getting open, what Teddy's progression was, what play call was. But my guess was with man coverage, you want to try to find your favorite matchup. So maybe it's Robbie or Curtis, and not against their number 1 corner, but their number 2 or 3 guy. So if that's the most favorable matchup with McCaffrey on a linebacker, you're going to attack the matchup you like the most. So my guess would just be with how much man coverage the Chiefs was playing. We were looking for the more favorable matchups that we had on offense.
The way they were blitzing, I don't think they played much zone. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking the fact Curtis Samuels had 9 targets with 9 receptions. McCaffrey had 10 targets with 10 receptions.
Yep. That's why DJ didn't get the ball.
Rob Anderson had 13 targets, had 9 catches.
Yep.
Mike Davis 5 for 5. He had 5 targets for 5 catches. So,
Yep.
I mean, hey, hey, like I say, take turns. It's enough for everybody to eat.
It is.
Yeah, this statement here is right. They keyed on DJ to take him out the game. And the thing is, when you look at the Chiefs secondary, they got probably one of the best safety duos in the league. So, I think they took their best corner and put them on DJ and said, let's make somebody else beat us. And sure enough, Curtis and Robbie were able to have big games.
So, hey, Will, let me ask you this. On the I'm saying it should have been 6, but on that missed pass to Ian Thomas, from what you've seen, I know Will see on the film, was that more so overthrow by Teddy? Do you think Ian just didn't get in position to catch that? Like, that looked like that should have been 6 to me.
Yeah,
Travis Kelce makes that play.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kyle Pitts makes that play. To me, I got to see it. Ian Thomas, what he run a 4.8. He's really going to run under any balls like that. But, I got to see the play to really have a intelligent comment on it. But to me,
right.
I like to see my guy run under it or dive or something, try to go make a play. Not every pass is going to be pinpoint.
Right.
You even watch Patrick Mahomes. Tyreek and Travis Kelce did a great job adjusting to some of his bad balls. So why can't our guys do that? Should we draft a quarterback like Miami did? I believe you should always look to upgrade at every position, no matter what it is. So if you have the opportunity to upgrade at quarterback, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Question is, are we really going to have that opportunity? Lawrence and Fields are going to be gone. So you really want to take on a project like a Trey Lance right now? You watch him on film, he's the best guy on the field. He's not really making NFL throws and reads and setting protections and things like that. So that's probably what a 1-year, 2-year type project. I just think you got to go best player available and not reach on any position. We have a 2 to 3 year evaluation with Teddy. So why rush it? Let's let him prove himself, and build a roster around him throughout the duration of his contract. And that opportunity will always be there. Look what Kansas City was able to do with their quarterback position. Once they realized they had peaked with Alex Smith, now they took that next step and got over the top. So I don't think it's urgent to draft a quarterback. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I'd much rather just get another stud, get another Jeremy Chin, another Derek Brown. The thing with the draft, the more teams that take quarterbacks ahead of us, the more studs that fall to us.
That's true. True that.
Yeah, exactly. And I would like to think that whether it's Teddy Bridgewater or any quarterback, let's finally address this offensive line. That's when you look at the career history we're talking about now in year 26 of the Carolina Panthers. Y'all realize out of 26 drafts, we've only spent 9 first-round picks on the offensive line?
Yeah. And that's the thing, too. Whether you're a fan of Bridgewater or not, any quarterback you put behind center is going to need some guys blocking for him.
Yes.
We may not agree on who we want the quarterback to be, but I think we can all agree that we need to protect the guy that's going to be under center for the next 4 or 5 years, regardless of who it is.
Especially when he's as accurate as Teddy Bridgewater.
Right.
The numbers don't lie, folks. The man is accurate, precise. He has a relationship with Brady. He was a Pro Bowl. I mean, come on, bro.
I mean, the biggest knock on him was that he doesn't make plays when the team's behind him, when the game's on the line. Look what he was able to do today with, a couple of those last drives. I just think the 2-minute drill could have been executed a little bit better, but I mean, he showed today he has the heart and will to try to go out and win games.
Well, folks, make sure you guys check in on the podcast coming out Wednesday. We'll have the All 22. When is that drop, Kev? On Friday?
Wednesday.
Wednesdays,
Wednesday about 9:15 p.m.
between 9:15 and 9:30. We'll that's when we'll be on. So we'll like Will said, we'll look forward to definitely breaking it down and seeing everything, because the All 22 actually comes out tomorrow evening. Sometime, I think usually around 6 o'clock. So we'll have a good whole day and a half, almost 2 days to, chop that up and take a good look at it, and I'll share with you guys what's been seen out there that gets missed going in real time speed.
That's what's up. Again, appreciate you guys, every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, who came on and checked us out in the post-game show. We are here after every game.
Yeah, man, 32 viewers right now, not bad.
So, yeah,
Appreciate you guys. Yeah,
no doubt. And make sure to go through our YouTube channel and check out the videos that we've already popped out there for you guys. Podcast, All 22, the whole thing, man, just to get an idea of how thorough and in-depth we are when it comes to Carolina Panthers football. So, thanks, folks. Enjoy the Saints and Tampa Bay game. Go ahead, Kev.
Yeah, and I just want to also thank the fans. The Carolina Panthers, I think one of you guys dropped it in the chat that we're now in the top 20 podcasts for Carolina Panthers football. So, without you fans, we wouldn't be there. So we want to appreciate, you guys getting us to that point. Very humble beginnings. Like I said, 2018, before 7-9 season, we didn't get to ride the wave like others did coming off the 2015 season. We came in through, one of the worst stretches that this franchise has had recently. But, with the help of you, with everyone's support, y'all slowly push us up, and we're not going to stop till, we get to the top, So I just want to thank you guys for that. Also, want to thank everybody that checked me out on my ESPN Radio Charlotte interview that I had last Friday. Got the feedback from Carolina Blitz, from the views and stuff. So appreciate you guys. Just every time one of us is on, we appreciate that. Also, Will, last Sunday you had the roundtable discussion. Yeah, so
this is a comment right here. The roundtable was dope. Shout out to all the Panthers channels on YouTube doing that thing. I know a lot of them support us and tuning in today. We tune in to y'all too, whether we comment or not with it.
Absolutely.
Eyes on y'all as well. So, we all the fans. We want the same thing, whether we agree or disagree on everything. We all want the same thing for this team.
Yep, and that's the Lombardi at 300 North Mint Street, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Right.
That's it. I just want a reason to call out of work because it's a parade, in Uptown Charlotte. That's it. That's all I want. I want 10 to come out and work. I want Will to fly up from Miami. For all that, bruh, I'm gone.
I need to get home, bro. That'd be the nice trip home now.
Yeah.
For that parade, man.
All right, Panther fans. We will holler at you guys later and see you on social media. Thanks, everybody.
All right,
Will. Peace.
All right, y'all.
All right, Kev.
Y'all take it easy.
All right.